Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we play some Gimmick ladder? Of course we should. Oh, I'll be a little relaxed, or more to the point, a little tired and quiet today. My apologies for that. Just one of those days. Oh, fatigue is real. Planning on going out tonight, but I don't know, I felt too tired, so I'm gonna reschedule the birthday as far as I'm concerned. The 30th birthday isn't happening, it's been cancelled. I'm gonna reschedule it to next year, when everything is just fine. That will be the plan. Okay, I'll keep one Shiv, toss the other two. We are playing a variant of Spellpower Rogue. There we go, I'm gonna update the title there. I'm gonna call this Ultimate Spellpower Rogue. I don't know what happened to Cynical Laugh. I have no idea. Like, I really do not know where it went. I didn't remove it. Let me see if I can find any information on that. I'll go and pester one of the Twitch guys. We're also dealing with... oh, God. Today has just been one of those days. One of those days. I probably shouldn't have played that. We've just been dealing with a lot. Like some tax thing. It's like, oh, yeah, so we changed this, but we didn't elect to tell you till this week. I'm like, oh, great, that's wonderful. So we're dealing with tax stuff. We're dealing with all sorts of shit. Yep, knew I shouldn't have played that. That was dumb. So I'm a little distracted at the moment. Probably gonna have to backstab that thing. Get it off. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, God! Fuck! I really am distracted right now. Jeez, get your head in the game. Holy shit. Ah, well, I guess it's fine. I mean, if he plays more minions, I can just fan of knives. Get your head in the game. You backstab first. What the fuck? And I'm also trying to find out what happened to the Cynical Laugh emote. I don't know what happened to it. Apparently, it's vanished. I didn't get rid of it. It's gone. It is literally just gone. Like, I have no idea why that is. Huh. Yeah, so I can probably resubmit it. I'm gonna have to get the images back for it. That's weird. Okay, I mean, after this game, I'll talk to Chris and see if I can get it sorted. Alright, so we can get rid of that, no problem at all. This is obviously gonna be an issue. Fan of Knives isn't... Well, Fan of Knives is not really great here. I've known my Spellpower stuff out, so it's not that brilliant. Probably Shiv, then Stab. At least I get a card out of that. Reduce the damage that thing's gonna do. Do I want to risk letting it... Well, I can't... I can kill it. Do I want to eviscerate something like that? I suppose I have to, really. I don't want to leave it lying around. What is this? Every random game soundtrack I have just has some weird Japanese speech in it for some reason. Okay, so I'm going to ask Chris to find the Cynical Laugh emote. Figure out where the hell it went. It was actually someone else that did the emotes originally. It was a guy on the subreddit that did them. Okay, this will be Azure Drake into backstab on there. There we go. Is my voice... My voice shouldn't... it's actually probably my mic's just too far away from my mouth. Hang on. Let me try and deal with that for you. Okay, that should be better. If I recall correctly, it was sent actually by a Google Drive. Sorry, I'm now trying to play Hearthstone, trying to find out where the emote went so I can fix it for you. Trying to deal with taxes... Trying to... I had actually had a letter back from the senator for North Carolina because I wrote to him about net neutrality. So I've been reading that, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what his position is on it. I'm like, well, I think, as far as I can tell, you're going to vote the way that I want you to, but I can't be 100% sure because your language is ambiguous. Okay, right, well, this is kind of cool. So, there we go. 3 damage Shiv. That goes out of the way. Thank you very much. Ooh, potential Ancient Mage setup. That's what we like to see. Where is my Google Drive? I don't know. It could, if it was reclaimed by the Team Liquid guy, I would have thought he would have contacted me about it. And I'm pretty sure we asked for permission. I could be wrong. Alright, well, this is actually a nice fan of knives right here. Can I make anything better out of it? No. I think fan of knives is a decent enough play. There we go. Ooh, the Mogashan. Alright, I like that. So, I made a slight alteration to this deck. I haven't actually shown you the deck list, but I will. Originally, I had 2 gadgets and auctioneers in it, but I figured out, actually, I've kind of got enough draw as it is. I've got fans of knives, and I have shivs. So, like, draw-wise, I'm actually okay. So I don't really need too much. So I got rid of the gadgets on auctioneers and said, you know what, what's kind of important is protecting my Spellpower creatures. And I thought, you know what, Mogashan Wardens would be pretty good for that. So I decided to throw that in. Ooh, combo potential. We could make the Mogashan Warden magical. Do a nice bit of damage with that. That would make a 4 damage fan of knives. That would be okay. There's a Blade Flurry out of that, too. Yeah, there we go. Ancient Mage. Okay. So that leaves us with a 4 damage fan of knives. That's pretty good. And 6 damage Sinister Strikes, which is always fun. Yeah, I think we'll play it. I mean, it gets us draw, so I don't see why not. And we'll throw down the Sinister Strike as well. And I'm just going to leave this. I've got my Taunt up, so I'm going to leave that there for the time being. See if I can find a better way to get rid of this next turn. I mean, I'll happily just throw my Ancient Mage in it next turn. I just don't want to throw my Azure Drake at it. He's probably going to unleash some magic now to kill my 4-2 at least, but we'll see. Ah, someone found the original thread. Okay, that's good. I should be able to resubmit this stuff then. Oh, I put them in Image Shack. That was it. Ooh, Bloodlust Wind Fury. Holy shit. He's gonna have to... Wow, okay. Alright, well, I'm totally fine with that outcome, although I did lose 1 spell power, but never mind. I think that is something that I can deal with. Alright, cool. So, this is gonna die. Yeah, why not? Why force the Ancient Mage to do work? He's an old sod. He's tired enough already. Have a 6 damage Sinister Strike. There you go. Enjoy that. I haven't got this album properly tagged. I actually own everything Frank Klepacki's done. Bought it all off of his website. And for some reason, I don't have this one properly tagged. I don't know why that is. I have a feeling that I accidentally wiped the tags or something. Yeah, it's actually gone from the list. What the hell? Make the proper versions of it and resubmit them. Yeah, so for some reason it disappeared from that list. That's weird. Oh well. Okay. So we actually only have 1 spell power now, which means that all of our stuff is extremely depressing. Thankfully, we have a lot of head cracks, so I hope you like head cracks. Oh, GG. Oh man, that went fairly well. Hard to complain. Alright, yeah, so we're getting the Cynical Laugh thing fixed. Again, I don't know why it's not there anymore. I am not 100% sure on that one. I am trying to find out why. It's maybe the only reason to ever actually subscribe to this channel, so I'd rather it stay. So yeah, we'll get it resubmitted ASAP. In the meantime, of course, welcome to the stream. We're playing the ultimate Spellpower Rogue Gimmick deck. Which is exactly what it sounds like. A lot of spell power. Huge amounts of spell power. And various mage stuff. Not mage stuff, what am I talking about? Various wonderful rogue spells. Why rogue spells? Usually because they're pretty cheap, and a lot of them are fairly low damage, which means they benefit a lot from spell power. I thought about doing it with a mage deck, but there's actually not that much going for that. I've thought about that design. You can do it with some of the lower cost stuff like Arcane Missiles and Arcane Explosion and Cone of Cold and so on and so forth. So I'm going to toss the Sinister Strike. I've been trying to figure out kind of what the proper mulligan is for this. So you mulligan Sinister Strikes and Head Cracks because you want them later on in the game when you can actually do a lot more damage with them. You try and get out an early creature like a Dalaran Mage. Is it Dalaran Mage? Yeah. The little gnome thing. And the Kobold Geomancer. Morgashan Warden fairly early on to protect those is pretty good, especially against someone like a Druid. Basically anyone that has a hero power. Blade Flurry, I generally wait till later if possible, because again, much, much better if you have spell power with it. So I'm going to toss that, and I got a Blade Flurry and Eviscerate. I like Eviscerates a little bit later, because they do a lot of damage, but yeah. You could do it with a Shaman. Yeah, it would work reasonably well, I think, with a Shaman. I could definitely see that happening. Ooh, cool. Geomancer. Good start. Although, unfortunately, we don't have... Well, we can Eviscerate next turn, but, you know, ideally you want to keep this alive for 2 turns if possible, so your Fan of Knives is much better. Is he going to go straight for it? I mean, frankly, I'm okay with him doing that, because if he throws himself at it, and then has to throw himself at it again, then it's like, oh, look, oh, he's not going to do that. All right. And I'd be like, hey, I've done 6 damage to you in total over the course of 3 swings. Okay, well, I'm just going to go with knives here. I don't want to use these yet. And I'd rather have this out just in case I need to Blade Flurry. So let's see what his answer to that is. I got the coin, so he can't throw a Keeper of the Grove at me until next turn. Gimmick is the ultimate Spellpower Rogue. There are quite a few Spellpower Rogue variants. Of course, it's like Harfu's Miracle Malagod variant. This is full-on Spellpower, though, where you have every Spellpower creature in the game, including Ancient Mages, of course. So you've got all sorts of fun with this one. It's a bit weird. It's played in a... What's the best way to describe it? It's like you want to be saving your premium removal spells for actually killing the face. Stuff like Eviscerate, if possible. And even sometimes Blade Flurry. And you want to use things like Fans of Knives, Backstabs, and Shivs to keep control of the board. Okay, well, I don't really have much I can do here. I don't want to throw out the Fan of Knives yet. But I just have a feeling... Well, I mean, this guy's dead next turn. I can almost guarantee that. I think well, maybe we'll give him a Sinister Strike, I think. That seems reasonable. You can have a Sinister Strike, and then I'll get new knives out. Just put a bit of pressure on him. Yeah, of course Malagos is in the deck. You rarely get to play him, though. Like, by the time you get to Malagos stage, you've either beaten him into the ground so badly that he's going to die anyway, or you've lost. There it is. There's the Keeper of the Grove that was coming. I'm actually fine with him playing him against that. It's not really a big deal. It's much better than him playing against something strong. Ogre Magi... he's probably got a follow-up that would kill that. Ogre Magi would get us up to 3 damage, though, so that would allow us the backstab and the knife follow-up, so let's do that. There we go, and I'm going to go take 2 damage from that, so I'm okay. So obviously what you want to try and do is to try and build up a little bit of spell power on the board and set up so in late game you can do something like drop an Ancient Mage and then just nuke the shit out of everything with fairly cheap spells. They don't see the Ancient Mage coming. Usually at that point they'll go nuts on removal to try and get rid of these creatures that suddenly have 2 spell power each. But up until that point you can set it up. Yeah, Malagos prep is pretty cool. I did consider prep, honestly. I could, if I wanted to go kind of super hard on it, I could probably take out the Mogashan Warden and replace with prep. Damn, we needed 1 more spell power, and then we could have eviscerated that for 6. And I don't have that, unfortunately. Don't like that. We could, I mean, we could Fan of Knives. I'm not completely against it. It's kind of getting past the point in the game where Fan of Knives would be super useful. Maybe we could Fan of Knives into Eviscerate. That ends up being a 2-for-1, which I absolutely hate. But at least you draw off it, so I guess it's not that terrible. Or I can hit the face and go for combo off it. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is only 4 damage, but I'm gonna, and then I'll just Sinister Strike into the combo, probably. Yeah, that seems like the way to go. And then Eviscerate it. There we go. Yeah, that works. That's reasonable. I'm just, I hate taking, like, at any point 4 or more damage to the face when I feel like I don't want to. Also, I'm burning a lot of cards here, which is maybe not good. I do have a Fan of Knives, so at least I can draw from that, but this is, I mean, it's still going fine. He's taking a lot of damage, and I still have board control, but he has a big card advantage. And against the Druid, it's actually alright for him to start throwing out his big taunts, because usually if I get enough spell power on the board, I can just hit him with spells, and it doesn't matter if he's got taunt or not. So, we will see. What you got? What is this? Let's try something else. Ah, yes. Now that's much better. We like that. Not a huge fan of the Professor Layton soundtrack. I am a fan of the Phoenix Wright soundtrack. I wonder what the music's going to be like for Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. That is maybe the most obnoxious thing yet. Please don't. Alright. Oh, we got our Dalaran Mage. He just used a swipe. Tempted to Fan of Knives. But I don't really feel like, not just for card draw. Need something a bit better than that. Yeah, Scrolls drags on for too long. Scrolls is a really good game that I don't have time for. There's two problems with Scrolls. One, the games drag on and they can take upwards of 50 minutes. Secondly, the game has no way to buy cards outside of the couple of random things that you're offered every week, which means that progression is horribly slow and something that I personally can't deal with. That's the main issue. Okay, so now we're sort of stuck at a bit of a standstill here, but we do have a setup for next turn. What we're going to do now is, well, you just Fan of Knives for draw. There we go. And we can hide behind our Magashan for a while. And we can follow up with something like Ancient Mage Blade Flurry, which would kill that outright. But yeah, it's a shame. Scrolls is really good, but it takes so long to play and actually get anywhere in. It really does. So, yeah, that's why I don't think Hearthstone's as good a game as Scrolls, even if it's, you know, they're quite different. But I actually think Scrolls is a better game, but I just don't have the time. I really don't have the time. I wish I did, you know. If you could just buy all the cards in the game, that would make things easier. But still, again, games can drag on for 50 minutes. Like, it takes so long to do anything in Scrolls. But I still think it's amazing. It's a really good game. I just don't have time to play it. Come on, Mr. Druid. Make your mind up. I want to drop Ancient Mage Blade Flurry on you. Oh, looks like it's not going to let me do that. How annoying. Well, I mean, I can still do it, actually. Yeah, totally. Alright, okay. Yeah, I just have enough mana for this. It's not great, because it's going to kill Thalnos almost immediately afterwards, but this is more of a show of dominance. This is basically me peeing on him. There we go. It also does 5 damage to him, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but I am now very, very low on cards. But I do have lethal next turn, unless he kills off some of my stuff, which he will, of course. Yeah, but now he's going to draw from that and throw down a bunch of other stuff. Got my Ogre Mage out of it to replace that dude, so that's okay, but... Was it from the last game? No. I last played Angry Rob, so... No. Not the same. He's taking his sweet time, isn't he? We've almost got him where we want him. We'll see. Oh, that's kind of annoying, isn't it? My Shiv does 3 and will do 4, though. So, if I can get one more Spellpower creature out, I can insta-give him... Well, it's not a Spellpower creature. It's okay. Ancient Mage will fight for us. Damn you, Ancient Mage! Oh, okay. Alright. As you wish, so shall it be. We will pop down an Ogre Magi for potential Ancient Mage antics next turn. There we go. Yeah, Druid of the Claw into Argent Commander. Did it? I don't remember. Druids are also incredibly boring and predictable. They all play the same fucking deck anyway. It's like, hey, it's ramp. Alright, what's he gonna do? Draw cards? Alright, well, that's most of what he could do that turn, but let's see. Even if he has another swipe, it's not the worst thing in the world, because my ultimate Dalaran Mage is here. He has received teachings of the Kirin Tor. Do not be fooled by his short stature, for he understands the masteries of the arcane. The ancient heresies of days long past. I just need a fucking spell to use with him. To be fair, if I draw pretty much any spell at this point, he's probably going to explode. So we just need to keep doing that. Yes, OC remixes are all free to download. You can search all the titles over on ocremix.org. Ooh, Starfall. What's that going to do? What's he... Oh, wow. I told you, he's underestimating the Dalaran Mage. He will regret this. Damn, he's got no minions. I fucking wish he did. Alright. Fun and Eyes for card draw. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh. Not quite what I was looking for there. I was hoping for Ancient Mage Sinister Strike antics, but I'm not sure. I think I've used all my Sinister Strikes. I might be wrong. But I can punch him a few more times. There we go. I think... Have I used both my Sinisters? Yeah, I think I have. So, I've got, like, one more Eviscerate. I think I'm done with both Shivs. I've got my Head Cracks, though. That's the big deal. I have my Head Cracks. They would do quite nicely here. Wild Growth. So he's doing an excess mana play there to draw another card. I have a license to use the OC Remix stuff, so... Aha! The ultimate head crack. Alright, just to add a bit of insult to injury. This guy underestimated the Dalaran Mage. Now he will learn his lesson, in true fashion, for a 7 damage head crack. Do not underestimate the Dalaran Mage. Kill him when you have the chance. GG. There we go. That's what I like to see. That's a bit better. That's a pretty nice head crack going on right there.